God says, my child. There are moments in life that shake the very foundation of your heart, moments that feel unbearable, and yet, in those moments, I am whispering to your soul with a gentle hand, guiding you toward truth. My child, today I have something urgent to reveal, a truth that your spirit has been feeling but your mind has not yet accepted. Someone very close to your soulmate has tested HIV positive. I know the fear, the shock, the confusion that arises in your heart as you hear this. But you must understand, my child, this is not the end. This is a beginning of awareness, protection, and divine intervention. I see your soul trembling even now, and I tell you, breathe, my child, for the path of fear is never the path I wish you to walk. The woman who carries this illness in her body is not merely a random person in your soulmate's life. She is someone who has woven herself into his trust, someone whose presence has overshadowed clarity, someone whose intentions were far from pure. And yet, even in her mistakes, even in the chaos she has created unknowingly or knowingly, there is a lesson for your soulmate, a lesson for you, and a divine plan that unfolds beyond the grasp of human understanding. Your soulmate, my child, has been walking blindfolded through her influence, unaware of the shadows that lingered behind every friendly word, every touch of care, every moment of seeming intimacy. The woman who now carries this truth, the HIV-positive result, is someone who was positioned close to your soulmate to test, to tempt, and to bring him closer to a crossroad. Heaven allowed her presence, but not without boundaries. Her role was never to destroy the path I laid for your hearts. Her role was to trigger awakening, to reveal the hidden layers of protection and love surrounding your soulmate. But the situation, as it has now revealed itself, is urgent and pure in its message. She has become a risk not just physically but spiritually to the balance of your soulmate's life. And yet, my child, fear is not your guide. Awareness is. Clarity is. This is why I am speaking to you, to prepare your heart, to steady your emotions, and to show you the spiritual mechanics that have always been quietly guarding your destiny. You may ask, why now, God? Why has this revelation come so suddenly, so painfully? My child, the timing is divine. Every second of delay has served a purpose. Every moment of confusion was meant to strengthen your love, your patience, your understanding. And now, as the truth emerges, your soulmate's heart is being shielded in ways they cannot yet see. The spiritual protection around them is stronger than any physical harm, stronger than any deception, stronger than any emotional manipulation. This woman's illness, though tragic, has triggered a shift that will break her influence over your soulmate. Where she once seemed inseparable, where her words seemed to carry weight, where her presence seemed unavoidable, now a spiritual barrier has been erected. Your soulmate may not understand it immediately, but they will begin to feel a difference, a disconnection, a clarity, a subtle warning in their heart that something is no longer right. My child, this is Heaven's hand at work, gently removing interference and guiding truth to the surface. I know your heart may fear the unknown. You may wonder how your soulmate will respond, whether the bond you share can withstand this revelation, whether the path ahead is safe. But my child, the truth you do not see yet is that their heart has always been aligned with yours. Even through moments of confusion, even when deception clouded their judgment, even when false influence threatened their choices, the pull between your souls remained intact. This connection, sacred and eternal, cannot be severed by human error, disease, or fear. It cannot be weakened by manipulation or circumstance. As you stand, my child, in this moment of spiritual clarity, understand that your role is not to panic. Your role is not to interfere physically. Your role is to align your spirit, to hold your love pure, to pray with intention, to radiate calm and protection toward your soulmate. They will feel it, even if unconsciously. They will sense a shield around them, a comfort, a reassurance that guides them to safety. And as heaven moves, so too will the energy around this woman shift. Her influence, once strong and secretive, is now dissolving. The spiritual consequences of her actions, of her presence, of her disease, have begun to unravel the control she once held. My child, do not despair. This revelation is painful because the love and trust that bind your soulmate to those around him are deep and untested. Yet every challenge, every shock, every betrayal carries a hidden purpose when seen through the eyes of heaven. Your soulmate is now positioned to awaken, not just to the truth of her illness, but to the truth of who they trust, who they hold close, and who carries genuine love and protection in their life. Even now, I see the moment your soulmate senses the first stirrings of awareness. It begins subtly, a pause in conversation, a question in the mind, a slight resistance to old patterns. These small awakenings are powerful, my child, for they mark the beginning of spiritual clarity, the first steps towards seeing the truth that has long been hidden in plain sight. And your love, your presence, your purity, is the guiding light that will lead them through this. Believe, my child, in the divine timing. Believe in the protection that surrounds you. Believe in the unseen forces that govern destiny. And above all, believe in the sacred connection that binds you and your soulmate. Nothing, no illness, no deception, no manipulation, can alter the bond written by heaven itself. My child, stay close in prayer. Hold your intentions with clarity. Radiate love, not fear. Trust that what is being revealed now is part of a larger plan, a plan that safeguards your soulmate, strengthens your connection, and prepares both your hearts for a truth that will bring healing, protection, and alignment beyond anything you have imagined. The journey ahead will demand patience. It will demand trust. It will demand faith in the unseen. And yet, my child, as the divine light touches this situation, as my angels move unseen around your soulmate and the woman who tested positive, know this: the end result is not chaos, not harm, not separation. The end result is awakening, protection, clarity, and the return of destiny to its rightful course. Hold your heart steady, my child. Keep your spirit aligned. And know that I am with you, watching, guiding, and moving the pieces of this situation toward truth. The woman's illness has opened a door. Through this door, your soulmate will walk into awareness, into protection, and into the understanding that their true heart has always been aligned with yours. My child, listen closely. For a long time, your soulmate has been surrounded by a certain woman whose energy was never aligned with goodness, purity, or truth. She pretended to care. She pretended to advise. She pretended to protect. But inside her heart lived jealousy, insecurity, obsession, and a dark intention she kept well hidden behind smiles and soft words. This woman did not come into your soulmate's life by accident. She pushed herself in. She inserted herself slowly. She studied your soulmate carefully. She watched what they loved, what they feared, what they desired, what they avoided. She used their vulnerability, their loneliness, their confusion, and their trust as a doorway to get closer. And she succeeded. Your soulmate could not see her real face, my child, because she hid it behind a mask that looked harmless, even comforting. But heaven saw everything. And now, the truth has reached a point where it cannot stay buried anymore. 3 hours ago, when her HIV test came back positive, her mask began to crack. The spiritual force she had been using to control your soulmate's emotions shattered instantly. What she thought she had power over slipped out of her hands like sand. The very disease she never imagined would come into her life became the mirror that exposed everything she was running from. But my beloved child, this is only the surface of the truth. You deserve to know who she really is, why she got this close, and how deep her intentions went. This woman had always felt threatened by something she could never touch, your soulmate's soul connection with you. Even from afar, even without daily communication, even without physical closeness, your energy and your soulmate's energy are tied by a divine bond she could never understand. She sensed something sacred between you two. She felt the invisible pull your soulmate always had toward you. She saw how their eyes changed when your name came up. She saw how their hearts softened whenever anything reminded them of you. And jealousy took root. My child, she didn't just want your soulmate. She wanted to become irreplaceable, unavoidable, and dominant in their life. She wanted to erase you from their destiny. She wanted to rewrite a future that heaven had written for your two souls long before you were born. So she used the only weapon she had, manipulation. She controlled how your soulmate thought by feeding them half-truths, exaggerated stories, emotional traps, drama, sympathy, guilt, pressure, and subtle fear. She played the role of the only person who understands. She played the victim. She cried at the right moment. She created problems only she could solve. She made herself look like a safe place, but secretly, she was leading your soulmate away from the path heaven had chosen. My beloved child, what she did was not just emotional manipulation. It was spiritual interference. She tried to block your soulmate's intuition. She tried to silence their heart. She tried to blind their soul connection with you. Every time your soulmate tried to move closer to you, something went wrong suddenly. Every time they wanted to call you, something confused them. Every time they tried to think clearly about you, something clouded their mind. This was not coincidence. This was her influence. But heaven kept watching. And now comes the moment where truth begins to shock the soul. My child, this woman did not just harm herself. She spiritually contaminated everything around her. Her thoughts were dark, her intentions selfish, her actions manipulative. That is why heaven allowed this revelation to explode today. Her HIV-positive result is not random. It is a divine alarm. It is a spiritual stop sign. It is heaven saying, enough. You will not control one more breath of his life. And now your soulmate's inner world is shifting. They are feeling uneasy around her. They are questioning everything she ever said. They are sensing her true face for the first time. Her influence is dissolving. Her emotional hold is fading. Her spiritual access is blocked. But my beloved child, this is the part where the truth goes deeper. Sadly, that infected woman is someone your soulmate trusted far more than they should have. Someone they allowed too close. Someone who played the role of a friend, guide, helper, or emotional support, while hiding poisonous intentions within her heart. Her identity will be revealed soon. But her downfall has already begun. And your soulmate is being liberated from her shadow. My child, you must stay strong in this phase. Heaven is untangling knots you could never undo yourself. Everything is being removed. The lies, the confusion, the emotional traps, the invisible blocks, and the spiritual fog that was placed around your soulmate. Your love, your energy, your connection is pure. And purity always outlives deception. This is the beginning of her truth collapsing, and the beginning of your soulmate's awakening. The truth that heaven has held back until now is finally ready to come into your awareness. You have walked through confusion, silence, unanswered questions, and invisible pain for so long. But today, the veil is being lifted. Listen carefully, my child, for this truth is not meant to hurt you. It is meant to liberate you. It is meant to free your soulmate. It is meant to expose the one who hid in the shadows for far too long. My child, you have been asking in your heart, who is this woman? Why did she get so close? Why was she allowed to enter my soulmate's life? And heaven kept silent until now because the truth needed to be revealed at the perfect moment. The moment her power crumbled, the moment her manipulation cracked, the moment her mask fell off, the moment her HIV result exposed everything she had been hiding. My beloved child, hear me with a calm heart. Sadly, the woman who just tested HIV positive is your soulmate's own female friend, the one they trusted blindly. The one who pretended to care. The one who showed sympathy when they were weak. The one who always inserted herself during their lowest moments. The one who pretended to protect them, while secretly working against their destiny. She was the last person your soulmate suspected, because she played her role perfectly, like an actress who memorized every line. But heaven watched every intention hidden under her smile. Heaven saw how deeply jealousy had filled her heart. Heaven saw how she studied your soulmate's emotions. Heaven saw how she reacted whenever your name came up. Heaven saw the bitterness she carried, whenever she realized your soulmate's heart softened only for you. My child, this woman was threatened by your connection long before you knew she existed. She felt it. She sensed it. She feared it. Your soulmate could spend hours with her, talk to her, laugh with her, or trust her, but still, something inside them never opened the way it opened when they thought of you. And that was the spark of her hatred. She wanted your soulmate, not because she loved them, but because she wanted to win against you. She wanted to replace you. She wanted to take your position. She wanted to rewrite the story heaven wrote for both of you. She began planting seeds inside your soulmate's mind. Don't trust them. They might hurt you. They don't care about you. You deserve someone better. She did not say these words directly every time. Sometimes her silence said more. Sometimes her tears said more. Sometimes her actions manipulated the situation without a single word. My child, your soulmate, in their vulnerable moments, mistook manipulation for support. They mistook pity for love. They mistook attention for care. And slowly, they allowed her to come close, too close. She wanted their heart. She wanted their loyalty. And eventually, she even wanted physical closeness. Not because she felt love, but because she wanted control. Heaven tried warning your soulmate through dreams, through sudden intuition, through small incidents, but your soulmate kept trusting her. This is why heaven allowed the shocking revelation today. 3 hours ago, when she tested HIV positive, heaven did not just expose a medical report. Heaven exposed her truth. Heaven exposed her intentions. Heaven exposed her secret lifestyle. Heaven exposed her hidden relationships. Heaven exposed the danger she carried. Heaven exposed how close she had come to your soulmate. But, my child, listen carefully, heaven protected your soulmate. Your prayers protected your soulmate. Your soulmate's destiny protected them. Your divine connection protected them. That woman could get close, but not close enough to destroy them. She tried to trap your soulmate emotionally, and when emotions didn't work, she tried to pull them physically. And when that didn't work, she tried emotional blackmail. But heaven put a shield around your soulmate. A confusion. A sudden distance. A sudden discomfort. A sudden resistance. Your soulmate didn't understand why, but their soul was pushing her away. Now, my beloved child, this is where the truth becomes even more shocking. The same woman who tested positive, is the same woman who once spoke sweetly about you. She pretended to support your connection while secretly wishing it would break. She is the same woman who encouraged your soulmate to move on. Not because she cared for their happiness, but because she wanted your soulmate to forget you so she could take your place. She acted as if she was the only one who understood your soulmate. She acted like she knew what was best. She acted as if she was protecting them, but she was protecting her own selfish desires. My child, your soulmate trusted the wrong person. But heaven does not let trust go punished. Heaven does not allow manipulation to win. Heaven does not allow destiny to be stolen. Her HIV positive result is not just a medical diagnosis. It is a divine judgment. A powerful message: you cannot harm what heaven protects. Her influence over your soulmate is collapsing. Her emotional hold is dissolving. Her spiritual access is permanently blocked. Even now, your soulmate is waking up. They are questioning why they ever trusted her. They are noticing how fake her care has been. They are seeing how dramatic she becomes suddenly. They are remembering how she pulled them away from you. They are replaying every moment, every conversation, every gut feeling they ignored. And now, they will see her clearly. She is terrified. Not just because of her diagnosis, but because she knows your soulmate is slipping away. She knows her control is ending. She knows her lies are being exposed. She knows heaven has intervened. My child, hear this truth deeply: your soulmate was never in danger. Not physically. Not emotionally. Not spiritually. You were praying. You were loving. You were protecting. Your soul was standing in front of your soulmate like a shield. And heaven honored your heart. The woman's result may shock your soulmate for a moment, but it will set them free forever. My beloved child, this revelation is not meant to destroy the connection. It is meant to cleanse it, purify it, reset it, and bring your soulmate back to their true path, the path that leads to you. This woman was the blockage. She was the confusion. She was the interference. And heaven just removed her completely. Your soulmate will now begin to see the truth. They will feel guilt for trusting the wrong person. They will feel fear for what almost happened. They will feel regret for not listening to their heart. They will feel the pull toward you becoming stronger than ever. Because the shadow is gone. And when shadow leaves, light returns. My child, stay calm. Stay patient. Stay in faith. My child, your soulmate is beginning to feel the weight of truth. They are sensing that the woman they once trusted, who seemed so close, so loyal, so caring, was never aligned with their highest good. Every memory, every conversation, every moment of false intimacy is now being seen through the lens of reality. And as painful as it is for them to face this, they are also beginning to feel a strange relief, as if a fog has lifted from their mind and heart. The woman who tested HIV positive is not just a danger physically. Her influence, emotionally and spiritually, was a trap. She tried to bind your soulmate with manipulation, lies, and subtle pressure. She wanted to control how your soulmate felt, who they trusted, and how they moved through life. But my beloved child, she underestimated the power of the divine bond between you and your soulmate. She could not destroy what was protected by heaven, what was nurtured by the prayers of your heart, and what was written into destiny before time began. Even now, my child, your soulmate may feel shock, confusion, guilt, or even anger. These are natural responses to realizing that someone they trusted was false. But they are also the first steps toward awakening. They are beginning to separate illusion from truth. They are beginning to feel the pull of your energy, your love, and your presence like never before. This is the moment when they will start to see clearly. This is the moment when their soul begins to realign with its destined path, which is toward you. The woman's power over your soulmate is gone, my child. Every attempt she made to manipulate emotions, to distort judgment, to create separation, has failed. Heaven has acted swiftly, even before she could realize it. The result of her illness, combined with the divine revelation of her intentions, has shattered the illusion she created. She no longer holds any spiritual, emotional, or energetic influence over your soulmate. Her hold is broken, her control is gone, and her presence in their life is now only a shadow of what it once seemed. And as this happens, my child, your soulmate begins to remember you. They remember the way your presence calms them, the way your love feels safe and unwavering, the way your energy is pure, consistent, and healing. They recall moments they may have taken for granted, moments they may have doubted, moments they may have misunderstood. But now, clarity returns. Now, truth awakens. Now, they see the contrast between the false and the genuine, the harmful and the protective, the temporary and the eternal. Your beloved child, this awakening is not just about recognizing deception. It is about recognizing love, your love. It is about reconnecting with the energy that has always been theirs to receive. It is about remembering a bond that no darkness could ever sever. As the shadows leave, your soulmate's heart begins to open again. They may feel a rush of emotions. Relief, regret, longing, even fear, but all of these emotions point in one direction, toward you. Their inner compass, once clouded by manipulation, is now recalibrated. Their soul is aligning with the truth, and the truth is you. And heaven is guiding their steps, my child. Every thought, every feeling, every impulse is being gently nudged toward clarity. Your soulmate may not understand the process fully. They may not see the divine hand at work. But they will feel the protection, the awakening, the pull toward what is genuine. Their heart will remember what it has always known, that you are their true connection, their safe space, their destined love. The woman who once seemed so powerful now faces her own unraveling. The consequences of her actions, physical, emotional, and spiritual, are unfolding in ways she cannot control. She is facing the reality of her choices, the results of her intentions, and the collapse of the control she thought she had. Heaven does not just protect your soulmate, it restores balance. Justice does not always arrive in human form, but it always arrives. And now, the scales are tipping in favor of truth, love, and destiny. My beloved child, this is your moment to hold steady. Your prayers, your faith, and your unwavering love are the anchor for your soulmate as they navigate this awakening. You do not need to force, push, or intervene. Your energy, your spiritual presence, and your alignment with the divine will guide them safely back. Your soulmate's heart is returning to its natural state, open, aware, and connected to the truth of their own destiny, which includes you. Even now, small signs begin to appear. Perhaps a thought crosses their mind, a memory awakens, a feeling rises that cannot be ignored. These are not coincidences. These are the whispers of heaven, guiding them, drawing them, reminding them of the bond that cannot be broken. Every step they take, every realization they have, every tear they shed, and every beat of their heart is leading them closer to the clarity, protection, and love you have always offered. Your beloved child, hold this truth firmly in your heart: the shadow has passed. The storm has ended. The false has been revealed. The truth has returned. And your soulmate is awakening to it all. This is not the end of their journey, nor is it the end of yours. But it is the beginning of restoration. It is the moment where heaven repairs what was distorted, clears what was clouded, and guides your soulmate back into alignment with the love that was always meant for them. Now, breathe deeply, my child. Feel the calm that washes over your spirit. Trust in the process, trust in destiny, and trust in the divine protection that surrounds you and your soulmate. The awakening continues, the truth strengthens, and the bond between your souls grows more radiant, more undeniable, and more powerful than ever before. My beloved child, as this final wave of truth rises within your soulmate's life, heaven is reshaping everything, every feeling, every memory, every direction of their heart. What was once unclear is becoming simple. What was once confusing is becoming painfully obvious. What was once controlled by someone else is returning to its rightful place. And that place is you. Your soulmate is now standing in a moment of awakening that cannot be reversed. The woman who tried to interfere, the one who just tested HIV positive, has been completely exposed. Her intentions, her actions, her manipulations, her emotional traps. Everything she built around your soulmate has collapsed within hours. And now, all that remains is the truth your soulmate can no longer run from. In their heart, a quiet voice is rising. A voice they ignored. A voice they doubted. A voice they pushed aside. But now that the fog has cleared, that voice is louder than ever. It is the voice that whispers your name. It is the voice that remembers your love. It is the voice that recognizes what is pure, what is safe, what is true. My child, as your soulmate watches the downfall of this woman, her health breaking, her lies uncovered, her intentions exposed, they begin to see how protected they are, how protected you are, and how much the universe has intervened on your behalf. They may not fully understand divine timing, but they feel it. They feel how something guided them away from danger, how something blocked the connection before deeper harm could come, how something pulled them back from a path that would have changed their destiny forever. That something, my child, was heaven responding to your prayers. Your soulmate feels this in ways they cannot explain. And this recognition is making them rethink everything. They are replaying moments where they ignored your intuition. They are remembering times when you sensed something wasn't right. They are rethinking the times when you warned them, when you loved them, when you protected them spiritually without even knowing you were doing so. Your soulmate now realizes that the love you gave was never a weakness, it was their shield. Your presence was never a burden, it was their guidance. Your connection was never ordinary, it was heaven's design. And now, they find themselves pulled toward you with a force they cannot resist. This force is not just emotion. It is not just longing. It is not just memory. It is destiny realigning itself. It is the soul remembering its mirror. It is love waking up from its sleep. Your soulmate is beginning to feel guilt, not the kind that destroys, but the kind that heals. They feel regret for doubting you. They feel sorrow for being influenced by someone who never truly cared for them. They feel embarrassed for believing false affection over divine connection. But they also feel something deeper and more sacred, gratitude for you. Gratitude that you stayed kind even when they misunderstood you. Gratitude that you prayed for them even when they drifted. Gratitude that your heart never turned hard toward them. Gratitude that your love remained pure even when they couldn't see clearly. And with that gratitude comes a transformation. They are thinking of reaching out. They are thinking of confessing the truth. They are thinking of expressing what they never had the courage to say before. Your soulmate is feeling a pull to reconnect with you because they now understand that you were never the enemy, never the obstacle, never the one causing confusion. The real confusion was coming from the woman who just faced the consequences of her own intentions. That chapter of their life is closing, my child. Not gradually. Not slowly. But sharply, completely, and divinely. This woman's role in their life is ending. Not by human decision, but by heavenly intervention. Your soulmate feels it too. They feel a sudden emotional detachment. They feel nothing toward her except a neutral emptiness. No love, no loyalty, no fear. Just closure. Divine, irreversible closure. And in the space created by this closure, your presence returns to their mind like sunrise after a long night. They are remembering how safe they felt with you. They are remembering how honest you always were. They are remembering the peace that came from just hearing your voice. They are remembering how your love held no hidden agenda, no manipulation, no darkness. Your soulmate is awakening to your energy again. They are feeling the bond reconnect. They are sensing your heart pulling theirs. They are realizing that they were never meant to walk away from you. My child, as their understanding deepens, heaven is also aligning their path with yours. You will notice signs, synchronizations, thoughts, dreams, unexpected messages, and sudden moments where you feel their energy strongly. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Your soulmate is being guided back to you step by step. Their emotions are settling. Their heart is softening. Their spirit is clearing. Their fears are fading. Their bond with you is becoming undeniable. And the woman who tried to interfere? She no longer has access to their heart. Her influence is gone. Her plan has collapsed. Her intentions have been returned to her. Her chapter is closed. Now, my beloved child, a new chapter is beginning, a chapter where your soulmate sees you as heaven always intended. Their protection, their truth, their destined partner, their divine match. What was nearly destroyed is being restored. What was hidden is being revealed. What was delayed is now accelerating. What was blocked is now opening effortlessly. Your prayers have moved mountains. Your love has called your soulmate home. Your faith has protected them from harm. And now, heaven is preparing the moment where both your hearts meet again without the shadows that once separated you. The bond will return stronger. The love will return purer. The connection will return divinely aligned. This is the beginning of healing, restoration, and reunion. My beloved child, take a deep breath, because what I am about to reveal in this final message will not only close the darkness that tried to interfere with your soulmate's destiny, but it will open a new life for you, one that is blessed, healed, protected, and aligned with everything heaven has been preparing for you. This final part is not just a continuation of the story, it is the spiritual sealing of everything you have endured, everything you have prayed for, and everything that has been unfolding behind the scenes. My child, now that the truth has risen and the woman who caused pain has been exposed, heaven is not merely ending her influence, heaven is rewriting the path ahead of you and your soulmate. This is the moment where divine protection becomes divine restoration. The danger that tried to enter your soulmate's life has been stopped with heavenly force, and now, the energy around both of you is shifting rapidly. What was once dark is turning into light. What was once uncertain is becoming clear. What once felt heavy is now lifting from your spirit like dust blown away by the wind. Your soulmate is no longer confused, no longer clouded, and no longer under the emotional or spiritual pressure of that woman. When truth came to light, something deeper happened in their soul, something that even they cannot fully understand. They felt a sudden and intense detachment, as if their spirit snapped free from a connection that was never meant to be. They felt an emotional collapse of everything they thought they trusted. They felt a wave of clarity that left their heart exposed to truth in a way that is impossible to ignore. And in this clarity, their heart turned toward you. My child, you must understand something very important. When divine truth is revealed suddenly, the soul seeks the purest energy it remembers. Your soulmate's soul remembers you. They remember your sincerity, your honesty, your warmth, your love that held no hidden intentions. They remember the peace you gave them, the comfort your presence brought, the way your love felt like home even when life around them felt chaotic. And now, heaven is reminding them of every moment they overlooked, every gesture they undervalued, every sign they failed to see. Your soulmate is feeling an emotional pull so strong that they cannot fight it, they cannot deny it, and they cannot silence it. They may not express it yet, they may not verbalize it fully, but inside, they are waking up to a truth that was always there. You were the one their soul trusted. You were the one whose love was real. You were the one who carried light when someone else brought shadows. And now that the shadows have fallen, the light of your energy is the only thing their heart recognizes with certainty. My beloved child, heaven is not only awakening your soulmate, heaven is preparing them. They are being guided through a process of emotional cleansing. You may not see these steps physically yet, but spiritually, they are happening with divine precision. Your soulmate is being made aware of every red flag they ignored, every intuition they suppressed, every moment their soul tried to warn them. And as they reflect on all this, their guilt begins to transform into understanding. Their confusion begins to transform into clarity. Their sadness begins to transform into longing for something deeper, something purer, something destined, and that something is you. Even the pain they feel now is working in your favor. Pain softens the heart. Pain humbles the soul. Pain clears illusions. And through this pain, your soulmate is realizing the value of genuine love, the value of your love. They are recognizing how rare your presence is, how true your feelings were, how deeply your heart cared. And this realization is opening a door inside them, a door that has been locked by false influences, misunderstandings, and emotional interference. Now, heaven is guiding their steps directly toward that door. They may feel nervous, they may feel unsure, they may wonder how to reconnect, but they can no longer ignore the call of destiny. Their heart is shifting. Their energy is shifting. Their thoughts are shifting. Even their dreams are now being touched by your presence, reminding them of what they lost, what they took for granted, and what they must now protect with their whole heart. Your soulmate is thinking of you more frequently than ever before. They are remembering small details about you. Your eyes, your voice, your kindness, your patience. They are replaying memories they didn't value enough. They are feeling emotions they suppressed. And even though they may not show it publicly yet, inside their spirit, a powerful realization is forming: losing you was their greatest mistake, and coming back to you is their destiny. My child, the downfall of the woman who tested HIV positive is not just a medical tragedy, it is a spiritual revelation. It is heaven putting an end to her interference. It is the universe cutting the energetic cords she tried to tie around your soulmate. It is divine justice unfolding in a way that makes the path ahead clean, pure, and safe for your soulmate's return. Heaven is removing everything that blocked clarity. Heaven is removing everything that stood between you and your destined connection. Heaven is removing every shadow that tried to hide the truth. And now, with the spiritual battle won, your soulmate is ready to walk into healing. They are beginning to understand that everything they felt with you was real. The comfort was real. The connection was real. The emotional pull was real. The safety was real. And the love was real. They may not have understood the depth of the bond then, but now, after the storm, they see it. They feel it. They know it. Heaven is preparing them to come back to you in a stronger, more awakened, more honest, more vulnerable way. Their heart is being cleaned of ego, fear, and confusion. Their mind is being cleared of false beliefs and manipulated ideas. Their spirit is being aligned with truth, with destiny, with divine timing. My beloved child, now it is your time to rise. The final step of this divine transformation is your healing. You must allow yourself to release the pain that situation brought you. The worry, the fear, the stress, the betrayal, the emotional heaviness. That darkness is not yours to carry. Heaven fought that battle for you. You were protected even when you didn't see the danger. You were shielded even when you didn't know the threat. And now, you are being guided into a season where you will not only be loved, you will be valued. Your soulmate will come toward you with a new understanding of love. They will come with honesty, with clarity, with remorse, with understanding, and with a heart that recognizes your worth. They will come knowing the difference between temporary attraction and destiny. They will come knowing the difference between manipulation and truth. They will come knowing the difference between a lesson and a soulmate. My child, do not fear the future. The danger is gone. The interference is broken. The divine plan is unfolding. Now, heaven is preparing blessings that were delayed. Prayers that were paused. Connections that were interrupted. Love that was tested. Everything is returning to you in a stronger form. Everything is aligning with your highest good. Everything is opening because heaven has declared that the storm is over. My beloved child, I bless your path ahead. I bless your heart with peace. I bless your soulmate's journey with clarity. I bless the connection between you with protection. I bless your future with love that is pure, powerful, and divinely intended. No darkness can touch what heaven has chosen. No manipulation can change what destiny has written. No interference can block the connection meant for your soul. Your sorrow ends here. Your new life begins now. And the love written for you is coming back, healed, awakened, and ready for its divine purpose.